Andrew's in Acton. We're talking about whether a second referendum may be very much on the cards now, seeing as nobody seems to be able to agree on anything. Very big week ahead, Andrew. Go ahead and have your say. Second referendum or no?
Thank you. Yes, I think second referendum is the only way to break this logjam. And if you contrast it with a general election is, by definition, a general question. Who do you want to govern you? It doesn't answer the question, do you want to leave with a deal, without a deal, or anything like that. Whereas, and it cuts across party lines, Brexit is an issue, so surely it's better to ask the people what their preference is on Brexit.
To keep it nice and simple for me, we voted already.
Yeah. So, and let's analyse what that vote was. It was a vote between keeping our existing relationship with the EU as against some different relationship with the EU. Now, the problem with that question is it doesn't make clear what the relationship is.
I agree with you, and the question may have been of course it was way too simple. I mean, if people could have defined the single market or the customs union or even thought about anything like a border question in Ireland in any great detail, I think people would have been absolutely lost at that point. We all, of course, know so much more. The problem I've got, and of course people with attitudes like mine get terribly criticised, I have a fundamental difficulty that the result of the referendum was not implemented, and I'm extremely concerned, outside of London particularly, but other big cities as well, that there's going to be a great deal of anger, and I'm concerned about the repercussions if this first vote is not acted upon.
But Andrew, how do you implement a decision which says we want a different relationship, but you haven't defined what that different relationship is? Almost by definition, you can't implement that. What you can do is act on it, which was done because Parliament voted to trigger Article 50 in the confident expectation and belief that an acceptable deal would be achieved.
Yes, and the two main parties in their manifesto said that they would implement the result of that referendum and that we would leave the European Union. It's their fault that we have failed to do this.
Well, it's sort of their fault, but it's partly because it's proved impossible to do what the vote leave people thought. I mean, let me tell you, Andrew, I actually voted to leave. And what I listened to was somebody like Michael Gove saying, look, it's going to be so easy to get this great deal, it's going to give us all the same benefits we've got, but it's going to leave us free to do trade deals around the world. Actually, now I can see that just wasn't possible. That isn't possible. There's a much harder choice to be made than was on offer at the last.
And now we know more. You think that people would be able to have a say. I do understand that position. Andrew, thank you very much indeed.